Well, if you've survived thus far in Jackpot 1, well played. You're on to race number 8 now, and this is another competitive race to close off Jackpot 1. It's over 1,950 meters, and this is a D division class, a merit-rated 69 handicap. And the time that we'll jot down if you want to play the last double at Hollywood Bet Scottsville will be 16:30, 4:30 races, 8 and 9. Could be a nice way to end off your day playing the last double on Tab Gold. Warren, we mentioned the previous race, tough. It doesn't get easier because this is not an easy race to try and narrow down your selections. But before I get to your choice, I've got a horse to follow. Yeah, that'll come up in the segment, but he's at the bottom of the boards, right at the bottom, Warren. A horse called Donato for Mark Dixon. Now, at first glance, this horse doesn't give you any confidence at all. A horse that's very badly off form. But I keep going back to his earlier form, and I'm hoping he can recapture that. And some of his runs, Run to Denmark, African Sunrise, there have been good runs from this individual. Keegan DeMello partners him. He is poorly drawn as well. But the fact is, he's come down from an 83 to a 60, 23 points or 11.5 kgs. And when you look at his best mark that he's achieved in his career, his best mark, Donato, has been an 83. And there's only one other horse that's achieved higher than him at his best, and that's number 2, Mambo Symphony, at a 91. So I'm hoping now that he's come down in the ratings, although he doesn't give you any confidence at all in his current form, I'm just hoping for a sudden return to form of this mark and for him to be competitive. So if I'm tipping you a horse at the bottom of the betting boards, it just tells you what I think of the race, Warren.
Indeed, but again, you've made a good case for this horse, D's, for Mark Dixon and Mr. Lynn, Keegan DeMello. The last time Keegan rode this horse, it was probably one of his better runs in a long time, finishing 4th, close up to Juniper Lane. The draw is naturally a bit of a concern, but there's plenty of time to get over from the draw. Keegan DeMello more than capable. So yes, you've made a case for Donato, and why not? And for quartet purposes and trifecta purposes, D's, I'm going to, the way I've structured my pick six, I've taken a chance. It's a 69 handicap. It's a full field. So, I'm taking a very bold move here. I'm bankering.
Yes.
I could go out. It's as simple as that. But I've got to take a stance. I haven't got an unlimited budget. So I like number 7, A Whole New World, and I like him quite a lot for the pick six banker, and my 100 wins will be on A Whole New World. But horses for quartets, I'm going to include Donato after what you've said, and there are a few others that you can include for quartet purposes: Tiger, Tank, Mighty, Smart, Mambo Symphony, H2O. The list could go on. But budget-wise, stance-wise, for me, A Whole New World.
Well, Avenir certainly came out to make a strong case for you now, because Avenir won a very good race the other day at Scottsville at Anton Marcus. So the second horse has come through to frank the form, which is a plus. And Carl Hewitson, we waited for him to have his first winner, and then he had a double, and now his string seems to be in a very good space.
Interesting that you said that, because the other day when I was talking to Carl and Lyle in the second box, Lyle had run second on a particular horse, the name escapes me, and he looked at his dad and he said, "Dad," he said, "wow, your horses are looking good. They've come
Give me
good."
a rainbow.
That was the one.
Yes.
You've got a better memory than me. But that was the horse, and I remember that comment. As you say, when we hear these comments, they stick in the back of our minds, and the yards come good now. And Carl was always very transparent that he would need a bit of time, and he's got the time, and they're running well now. And it's good to know that the horses are in a good space, because I'm in his camp here.
Yeah, and just off the topic from tipping horses, I know that after this show, which is recorded early for Sunday, you're off to the academy, to do a little presentation for the guys. This young kid is catching my eye, Carl Strader, really catching my eye.
Absolutely. He's sponsored by Ludheim. He's already got a sponsor, has Kyle, and he knows how to ride a horse, that we know.
Yeah, I've mentioned it with you, doing work with you, that he comes from a racing dynasty with the Stratham name behind him. And, you know, whilst he's quite a tall fella, he gets quite low in the saddle. You know, the other day, he's ride on the lesser fancied horse of Lazan Forbes.
Yes, Panacotta.
What a ride that was.
Very good ride. Very good rider, Carl Stradham. As I've always said in the interviews, you're not the most talkative chap in town, but that's okay because he's here to ride. He's not here to talk. And he's certainly riding at the top of his game. So Carl Stradham, we wish you all the best, and we're going to follow you with great interest. Good rider. Let's move on then, Dees, to I think the 9th and final race, but Dees likes the 11 Donetto as the value. I'm in the camp of number 7. Who's your first choice before we wrap?
Donetto.
Donetto, there we go. Dees is big on Donetto. Let's hope it arrives for him. Some swingers and boxed exactors. Donetto in a whole new world. If you follow the GTV team, could see you in the pound seats.